Hi there, only a short video today. I think I solved some of the mysteries of this laser tube. For example, what these things here have been for. My first thought was it could be a heat pipe for cooling the gas, but realizing this was not exactly practical because the gas inside this storage container here will not get hot at all. And if you look inside, these tubes are not going into the gas chamber, they just end here, so it must be something different. Well, if you look exactly into the tube here, you can see some wire mesh. It's the one I have here from one of the other tubes. Just a piece of wire mesh that was inside this tube, which I opened, and while opening it released some of these glass splinters here, telling me there was something made of glass inside. So the next tube I opened a little bit more carefully, and so that's how the wire mesh is inside. After removing that with the screwdriver, this little glass ampoule here comes out, and according to some other people who know a little bit more about argon lasers, this is a reservoir filled with a little bit of argon, and every 1000 or 2000 hours you have to crush one of them by using your pliers and crush it to release the argon into the tube. So it seems to be necessary to do that all couple of 1000 hours or hundreds of hours, something like that. Okay, that's the mystery of these tubes. Then another mystery solved. I was wondering about the gasket here on this end, and one is the end mirror, one is the mirror on the other side. I can't say which one is which now. There is some kind of metallic gasket here around, and it turned out that this is in fact indium, very soft metal with a melting point of I think 120 or 140 degrees Celsius. And I guess it's just there was a ring maybe soldered to one side and then squeezed between this mirror flange here and the tube. I'm filming through my microscope right now. This is the hole where the screws went through, and this is my screwdriver, and that's the gasket. And you can see the metal here is very soft. I can easily remove it with my screwdriver with almost no force. So this is clearly, it's much softer than, for example, lead or tin or soldering wire. I think indium, and I also read that indium is a metal that is used frequently for high vacuum gaskets. Okay, that's it. Some indium. Indium is also used to bond the silicon chips inside Intel processors to the heat spreader. You can see that here, that's an old Intel Pentium, but if you take a new Xeon processor or whatever desktop processor is actual right now, and if you open that, you can see the silicon die here inside, which is upside down, so the bottom of the die is soldered to the heat spreader here, where the heatsink then is mounted, and the silicon die is soldered to the heat spreader with indium solder, because it has a very low melting temperature, and maybe because of other properties. Well, let's see if we can have a look at this through the microscope. Well, I'm sorry, but I think you can't see the indium solder here from this side, because it's underneath the chip, which is here, and that's the connections with the bonding wires that go from the housing here to the chip. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.